Okay. Alright, that's open now. I'm not really sure why, but it is. Huh. Right, I get it now. Alright, so if I move you over here, then you over here, then bam, presto, nothing at all. Yay for me and my nothing at all. Alright, how bored was the Duke to create this particular game, I wonder? I mean, it's not a trap, that much is obvious. But jeez, this guy must have been bored out of his skull. Oh, I'm not standing on it probably. I don't know. Moving on. Jeez.
Something wrong?
I don't know.
Maybe the... Yep.
Don't fret, my dear.
I see the party's moved indoors.
It's not over yet.
But it is over. I knew who you were the moment you arrived. Assassin.
Assassin? I knew it.
You did?
Have you met my friends? All of them are crazy, and most of them are killers.
Clever man. Have you also deduced that your elven friend is Qunari?
No?
You're Qunari?
It's complicated.
This sort of thing happens to me all the time. You'd think I'd learn.
Look, I came to stop the Heart from doing something we will all regret. He didn't. Leave him out of this.
And waste all the effort I spent luring you here before the Heart's arrival? Don't be foolish.
Does that mean I get to know now why I want to do this? Pleasure. Hey, speak common!
Away.
The elf was Qunari.
And the dwarf has no beard. I know, it made no sense to me either. Maybe they cut her horns off.
The Qunari are not a race. They are a religion. What I don't understand is why a Qunari agent would try to kill one of her own people. And why involve the champion?
Excellent questions.
I expect answers to match.
I live to please.
You're angry, aren't you?
Kind of miffed, yes.
Look on the bright side. The Duke didn't have us killed. That's gotta be worth something, right? Unless he has something worse planned.
Like drowning us in pickle juice? I hope not. I hate pickles.
I'm not so sure the Duke is a pickle sort of man.
Really? I got the opposite impression completely.
I think we're to be tortured by a giant elf in black leather named Maria.
I don't forgive you.
I am sorry. This didn't work out like I'd planned. Obviously.
And what did you
What
plan?
was your plan exactly?
Yep.
The one I expected to find is named Salit, a member of the Ben Hasrath. the Heart of the Many. I was told he's here to sell secrets to the Orlesians, and I came to stop him. I suppose I was misinformed.
So you came here to stop this Salit from betraying your people?
You probably won't believe me, but this isn't a political mission. It's personal.
What do you mean?
Salit was my best Rathari, the one who recruited me into the Ben Hassrath. My tutor. He's the one who saw my potential, convinced me that I could make a difference. It doesn't matter now.
But you said he was selling secrets.
He is. Or at least he intends to. One last act of defiance. I can't let him do that. Not when he'll hurt so many others in the process.
You mean he'll hurt other Qunari?
Not every Qunari is a soldier, you know. There are tens of thousands of farmers, artisans, craftsmen. People who have never hurt anyone. People whose only crime is living. They don't deserve what he's going to do to them. But it's more than my duty to stop Salit. It is my moral obligation.
Yep. After all, that's what you do. You're an assassin. You kill people. Such is your role in the Qun.
You mentioned the Heart of the Many before, but you said it was the name of the jewel.
It's also what Ben Hassrath means. Some people say we're enforcers, that keep the Qunari in line, but that's not it. It's hard to explain.
Try.
We're the soul of the Qun. We keep its spirit alive and protect it, from both outside and from within. Not every Qunari agrees, nor do they always do what is best for all. The Ben Hassrath remind us of our common goal.
With force, I assume?
It's not always meant to end in violence. There are other paths. They do not all need to lead to the same destination.
But they do end in violence often, don't they?
I probably don't sound very convincing.
The way you're talking, it sounds like you're one of these Ben Hassrath.
I am. Or I was.
Was?
Whether I ever am again, I guess that remains to be seen.
Is that why you're here? To redeem yourself?
Not to them. Doubt is the path one walks to reach faith. To leave the path is to embrace blindness and abandon hope.
Another Qunari proverb?
She who swallows wisdom in tiny chunks avoids choking.
You know, usually, not always, but usually people walk the way of doubt away from faith. Just saying.
So, did you really involve me just because I had an invitation?
You were the only one on the invitation list who wasn't a personal friend of the Montfort family. And you're also the champion of Kirkwall, and a Ferelden with no reason to love Orlais.
And what was going to happen when all this was over?
I thank you. We go our separate ways.
So I just fell off the Ferelden turnip cart. Is that it?
Truth? You're not exactly what I was expecting. I've heard a few stories about you. They don't quite do you justice.
Thanks, but flattery's not going to work
If I'd done my
now.
homework, I would have known more about you. Given you the respect you deserve. Nothing I could do about it now.
So, everything you told me was a lie.
Not everything.
So I just missed the part where you're one of the people I drove out of Kirkwall.
You don't need horns to embrace the Qun. What you need is a purpose, a belief in unity, in improving the lot, not only for your own people, but for everyone.
Yeah, I remember how much it improved the Viscount having his head misplaced down a flight of stairs. On the other hand, Sister Beatrice with an arrow in her heart was really a much improvement.
You're right. I can think of many people who would be improved by the loss of a head.
You're joking, but you're also right. That doesn't mean it's the solution for everyone.
So everyone else just loses a foot, maybe a big toe.
Being Qunari doesn't automatically mean you're a zealot. Most Qunari don't even understand humans, why you act like you do. But I grew up among you. I understand perfectly well.
I suppose the good news is, with all this extra time, I can learn to knit.
Could you make me a sweater?
No.
The first order of business is getting out of here before His Grace decides we would taste good in the soup. Or whatever he has planned. Any ideas?
Oh, I'm sure the others will be along any minute now.
Daisy, you don't happen to have that ball of twine, do you?
I knew I forgot something when we left Kirkwall.
Oh, don't beat yourself up over it. We'll just, wait here until I think of something.
Ah,
I'm sure that won't take very long. You're always thinking of things.
delightful.
That's it. I'm officially tired of waiting to be rescued.
How did you do
Just
that?
do that before.
You said your friends were coming.
Marvinan, thank the creators. How did you escape? Was it exciting? Did you shank someone?
No, Lady Assassin here just got bored.
So, back through the castle then?
There's a better way than fighting through the Duke's entire army. I'll show you.
Here's your equipment talk, laying around in a locked chest.
Then we should head for the caves. That's the way out I'd planned to take us through originally.
Yeah.
Unless you want to carve your way out through the Duke's army.
We'll see.
Oh, caves. I like caves.
No, you don't, Meryl.
Oh, right. Giant creepy spiders and things live in caves. What am I thinking of then? Ruins?
It's up to you which way you want to go, Hawk. I'll help you either way.
Yeah. You know, I don't mind Qunari. I mean, I like Sten, for example, but their religion / entire cultural philosophy, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of sort of being some sort of system telling me who I am. I guess some would find it comforting. And that's all fine and dandy for them. I'm just not a fan of it. But, yeah, I just don't think it'll work as a society, and it's actually something my girlfriend pointed out when she played the original Dragon Age. You remember, if you talk to Sten, he talks about how they sometimes, very rarely, have parties back home, and usually end up with people having to be executed to restore order. And she said, and I quite agree with her, that that's a sign of a very repressed society. And, you know, there's need for order, there's need for systems, and I agree with that, but always being restrained like that, that's going to put immense pressure on people. And you just risk that boiling over. And then you have a lot of completely out of control, big-horned men with gunpowder, and that's just not healthy. Well, this has been Eric Cobra, and this has been Let's Play Dragon Age 2 DLC Blind. See you all around.